Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here from Matt Carves. So I've got a quick little video on 5 tips on how to make your Santa look more Christmassy. So we're carving out a pallet wood today, so you don't need some expensive wood. I just found this pallet, and you can see there the letters SG is Singapore, HT is heat treated, so it should be safe to use. It hasn't got any chemicals on, unless somebody's added chemicals after it came into the country, who knows. Okay, so let's have a look at the beard first of all, and I quite like the look of these kind of chunky beards in Father Christmas. You see a lot of these kind of chunky beards in knife carving videos and all of that, so I want to go for that. I find like power carving videos, you tend to sort of like put in really fine lines, which is probably a little bit easier maybe, but maybe not. Okay, I'll keep things pretty simple here. So I'm going to shape the beard with the Extreme Flame Burr. You could use something else if you wanted to. It's just about shaping of the beard. Don't worry about smoothing it out, because the next step it will become smooth anyway. So I am sort of cutting in the hairs here. Well, not really hairs, but more sort of like defined kind of clumps, I guess, of hair. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm putting it in with a cutter burr, and that just sort of like slices through the wood and leaves really nice sort of valleys and all of that. And you want to try and sort of do S-bends and react to sort of the next cut that you do or the previous one, and sort of keep things not symmetrical but a little bit asymmetrical as well. And you can tidy up the beard with a sort of like a diamond burr, and then after that you can actually like fold a piece of sandpaper and sort of sand in between each sort of like part there as well if you wanted to. And also with that burr there you can do a final little bit of shaping as well, which is quite nice. But any kind of like pointy burr would be okay here. I guess I would be going for a burr that kind of like matches the shape of those little valleys as well, so you don't have to sort of like do too much. You don't, if you've got a really tiny burr, you're gonna have to like sand every kind of little area, but a bigger burr like that will take down all the sides. Okay, so for the mustache, this is what I did, is I actually did the small kind of lines that often you would have found in the beard. So I thought with the mustache, because it's pretty small, it wouldn't handle those kind of like chunky kind of valleys in it. So I went in with the tiny little sort of burr there, it's just a diamond burr, and just gave it little lines and just carried on until I was pretty happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to just show you quickly how I actually get my reference materials from the internet, and I'm just going to use my page on Pinterest. So I'm going to use the mouse and hover over that center there, and I will just right click and that'll bring it up like that. Then I can right click again and it'll come up with those options, and you press copy image. I open a Word document and then I just press right click again and I will paste that picture in there. And then what you want to do is right click again and it will come up with crop up the top, and you can crop this so it goes, I go to select the sides of the face and the bottom of the beard and the top of the hat. What this does is it allows you to choose the size of the center, whereas if you were choosing the size of that whole image you would have the borders as well. So I want to sort of like cut it down to sort of like exactly where the points are. Well, close enough anyway. So right click that image again and you'll come up with this, and press the size and position of the image. And what this does, it allows you to choose a size, so you can use that height up the top and width down the bottom. Yours would probably say inches, well maybe not, maybe centimeters, who knows what country you're in. So then you can just alter the sizes, and it depends like on what size your wood is, and you can just print that out and put it onto your piece of wood, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. You've got yourself a reference image. Look at that. I printed it in black and white because I'm cheap. Santa's nose you want to keep quite big, but not too big. You want to keep it sort of like roundish and wide, and the profile should be a little bit curved. You know, you can do straight noses or anything for Santa, but these are my Santas that I've done, and I think they kind of work out pretty well. And I've sort of followed ones on YouTube as well, and they all seem to kind of have bigger noses than, say, a wood spirit nose. You can see I've sort of like, it's quite round there, and that point right there is the place where you want to go really deep. So it's sort of like the intersection of the cheek, the nose and the mustache. So you can sort of see it's kind of like makes the cheek look big and jolly and round, and really like, you know, Santa Claus's cheek should actually be, I feel. So if your Santa Claus ends up looking like this, like a fisherman, well, all you really need to do is, you know, stick a red hat on it, paint it red, white beard, bang, Santa Claus.